Hello and welcome to the next lesson for game development with Python. Today we're going to learn how to capture a user's mouse click. We're going to look at colours with red, green and blue, and also random to randomly generate, in this case colours, but it could be other things. So it's really important that you have Pygame library code installed on your computer. If you haven't got it installed, then please go back to the first lesson in this playlist and install Pygame onto your computer. For this lesson, I'm using VS Code for my IDE, but you can use any IDE that you prefer. It doesn't matter what you use. So let's get programming then. So we're going to create a little game that when you click on the screen, we're going to create a screen, it will just change the colour of the background, and it's going to incorporate all these three things. So it's a nice simple way to learn all these. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to import all the library code that we need. So we're going to import Pygame, which is obviously what we're going to need for this. Import Pygame. And we're also going to import sys, so the same as the last lesson, and we're going to import random. So this is a new one from the last lesson, import random. So these library code is just code other people have written, and we're going to use them in our code. And the next thing we're going to do once we've done that, by the way, pause the video at any point if you need to. We need to start up the Pygame engine, so we do Pygame, it's not letting me do it, there we go, Pygame .init, and that's going to start up the Pygame engine. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our screen boundary by number of pixels, and we're also going to display it. So we're going to set our screen height and width. Screen width is 800, so I'm using a new keyboard and it's a little bit of getting used to. And then screen height and that's going to be 600 in capitals, because it's basically these are constants. Then we're going to do the next part of the code, which is to display and set a caption on that window. So we type in screen equals Pygame dot display dot set underscore mode, and then we just have double brackets screen width comma screen height. So that's going to kind of create the screen and display it, and then we're going to just put at the top of the window a caption to say what to do. So we're going to tell the user what to do. Pygame.display.setCaption, and then we're going to put a color changer. Click the mouse anywhere on the screen. Okay, so that will display the screen. We'll run it in a moment. So I am going to test this. I'm going to run it and it's going to ask me to save the file. So in VS Code, I run from my dedicated terminal, and I'm going to call this mouse click game and save that. Good, that's all right so far. Good, no problem. And remember, we're not going to see the screen yet because we have to add a little bit more code in a moment. to do that. Main thing is, you can see here in my terminal, there aren't any errors. So far, all the syntax checks that Python has done are correct. We're not going to have any errors in that way. So in the last video, we did define some colours. That's what we're doing next. We're going to define some colours. We're going to define white and black. And white is going to be 255, 255 and 255. So that's basically all the colours. So the way that colours work is you have a red, green and blue. The first one here is the red content. The second one is the, let's just change the comma. So the first one is the red, the second one is the green, the last one is the blue. So by white, we're saying we want all the colours, and that will display white. And then there's black, and that's none of the colours, and that's going to display black. And we're just defining those using denary or decimal numbers. You can define them using hex, but we won't do that. I think it's easier just to use this. And then we're going to set our background colour equal to white. Now you might notice, if you are in the UK, I am using the American spelling of colour, apart from where I've displayed some text. And it is just easier in your variables to use the American spelling, otherwise it can get really confusing. So just go with it. Okay, so I set my background colour to white. Well, something I didn't say earlier about the colours, by the way, is 255 is the maximum colour that you can have for the red, the green and the blue. If you have a higher number than that, you will get an error. You won't get an error on lines 17 and 18 at the moment, but when you try and run the program and it tries to apply those colours, it will then complain. The other thing to remember is that the reason why it's 255 and 0, if anyone has done binary, you'll know that if you've got 8 bits, then the maximum number you can have in 8 bits, the maximum integer, is 255, and that's why, because it's 8 bits for each colour. If you haven't done about binary, don't worry, just make sure that any number that you have for red, green or blue is no higher than 255 and no lower than 0. Okay, so let's move on then, because we're going to put our basic game loop in. So we're going to set our clock. Our clock is going to be pygame.time.clock with a capital C. And then we're going to set our frames per second, and that is 60. And then we're going to set our Boolean variable called running to true. And this is our main loop to run, or a Boolean that's going to control our main loop to run the game. And then we have while running, which is our main loop, which means basically while running is true, we're going to play the game. Now don't try and run the code yet, because we haven't got any lines of code under that while loop, and Python likes to have at least one line of code under any kind of block, like an if, a for and a while. Okay, so under our while loop we're going to put a for loop. So for event in pygame dot event dot get. So this basically listens out to see, has the user typed anything, clicked anything. Then we're going to have if event dot type is basically equal to quit. So they've clicked the little X or the red button on the screen to close it down. Then we set running to be equal to false. It's always a good idea whenever you're programming and you have a main loop like this to make sure you've got an exit. And I've actually put a double equals there, so it needs to be single equals if event type is quit running, single equals false. So let's run that and see what happens. And yeah, we've got our screen there, and if I click the X, it goes. Good. Now, although we set the background colour to white, we haven't actually put code in to actually say set the background colour to white, but we will do shortly. So just test that, make sure it works, make sure that you have corrected my line 22. So I had an error in here where I'd put a C in there accidentally. So just go back and make sure that your clock line of code has equal pygame.time.clock, and just run this whole thing just to make sure that you have the screen pop up and that you can close it down. Okay, so let's move on, because we're going to now see if the user has clicked a mouse button. So all we need to do is add some lines of code under here, and we're going to check to see if the event type, so where that first if is, we're going to write another if statement at that level of indent. So where event dot type equals pygame dot mouse button, but it's just mouse button down. So it's the first one, mouse button down, which means they've clicked it. The red is going to be equal to a random number, a random integer number, because remember that when we're dealing with colours, it's an integer number between 0 and 255. So we're going to get it to pick a random number between 0 and 255. So it's a range. The first number there is the lower range, and the second number, the 255, is the upper range. So basically we're saying pick a random number between 0 and 255, and that's going to be our red content. Then we're going to set the green colour to do exactly the same thing, a random number between 0 and 255, and then the blue is going to be the same, a random number between 0 and 255. And then we're going to use that as our colour background. So we're going to say here, background colour equals red, green and blue. So just add that if statement in. Again, make sure that you've got the indentation exactly as I've got it. Then we're going to draw everything. So we're going to just move this down here, and we're going to align this with the for loop. So our next line of code is aligned with the for loop, and we're just going to do screen dot fill background color. Again, the indentation really matters. Make sure it's the same. And then we're just going to do pygame dot display dot flip. This just updates the display basically. And then lastly, a couple of other lines of code just to close everything off. We're going to have clock dot tick FPS. That just controls the frame rate. And then finally, we're going to unindent right to the end here and do pygame dot quit and then sys dot exit, and this just quits the program nicely. Okay, so I've added in a few lines of code there. I've added in these 3 here aligned with the for loop, and these 2 that is just flush to the left hand side. So let's test this now. I'm going to run it and see if it works, see if I've got any errors. I might have some. There we are, there's my white screen to start with, and I'm in dark mode, so the top of it is black. And if I click it, yeah, there we go, I'm clicking my mouse and it's changing colours and it's just completely random. Good, so that's working correctly. So let's just recap what we've learnt. We have set up our basic screen like we did in the previous lesson with our importing the library code that we need. We're setting the screen width, we're initializing the game engine, and we're displaying the screen. We're then setting the background color to white, setting up our clock and our frame rate to display the game. We've got our main game loop here, which is our while loop, and in that we're basically getting any events that the user does, so a mouse click or button press, and if they click the mouse X, sorry, if they click the red or X on the screen to close it down, then we're just going to set running to false. Remember, we're using a Boolean to run our while loop, and we're going to set that to be false instead of true. However, we're also going to check have they clicked the mouse. So mouse button down means they have clicked the mouse, and if they have, then we're going to select some random numbers for our red, green and blue background and set the background color to that random numbers. Then we're going to fill the screen with that background color and refresh the screen though. So these two lines just basically refresh the screen, and that's our main loop, and it will just keep running until they close down the window. And our last two lines just exit the game nicely. So if I run this now, again, you can see, and I click the button on my mouse, it changes the background color. So this is a really important part of game development, capturing what the user clicks or presses on the screen. And it could be other things. It could be that you have a different game controller. It doesn't matter. It could be the A button, the Y button on your game controllers. It doesn't matter. It's the same principle. You have an event that you are looking out for, and you then say, what do you want to do once you've captured the fact that the user has pressed that button? What happens in that game? And in this case, we're just changing the background color. So I hope you found that useful, and I'll see you in the next game. Here are some challenges for you to try with this code. The first one is change the starting color to black instead of white. Make the window bigger and try randomizing only the red color.